Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, you're very welcome. So today I'm on my way to Petra, the World Heritage Site. It's a historical and archaeological city, and it has a lot of culture to it and a lot of history attached to it. So yeah, I'm on my way to Petra. This was the landscape on the way to the city. It's a very beautiful site. Jordan is in the Middle East. You can either get to Petra either from Jordan or from Israel, I think. So yeah, so before you get to the city of Petra, there is a viewpoint, and this is the viewpoint. It's an amazing, serene view. I took lots of pictures here thanks to the driver. He was very kind enough to help me with a lot of pictures. So yeah, this is what it looks like. It was quite windy, by the way, so I had to do a voiceover instead, because most of what I said I couldn't really hear because the wind kept getting in the way. But yeah, this is what the city looks like. So in between the rocks, where you can see lots of rocks, that's where the actual archaeological and historical city of Petra is. And then these houses, these are people who live in the modern city, of Petra. Yeah, I'll call it that. So yeah, that's what it looks like. It was very beautiful, to be honest. It's nothing compared to seeing it physically. It was beautiful. So yeah, this is Petra itself. This is the entrance. This is welcome to Petra. So just when you enter, you see a reception where lots of guests hang around, and just by the left-hand corner we have a ticketing office, where you can buy tickets to get into the actual historical city of Petra. So we have lots of people. I think they get a lot of tourists come here. This is one of the 7 wonders of the world. So many people come here to visit and see. It's something you do like once in a lifetime, really. Yeah, and that's the ticketing office. That's my tour guide. And just before you get into the actual historical site, they have lots of stores by the side corner where you can get things that you may need. And that's me hiking down and recording as always. And if you notice, there are lots of horses and donkeys and camels just at the entrance there, because for those who can't walk, you can actually take a donkey or a camel or a horse ride towards your destination and back. Yeah, and these are people who actually prepared for the hike. Yeah, and they are hiking. It's actually a very long walk, to be honest. I didn't expect to do as much walking as I did, but it was worth it at the end of the day. Yeah, for you to get a horse ride, you have to pay for it anyways. I think it's about 40 JD. Not too sure about that because I didn't actually pay for any, but I think so. And that's my tour guide giving me a tour of the stones, and by the corners of the stones there are some Greek carvings, so he was just explaining what the carvings meant. And that's an example of a carriage if you wanted to get on one. These are the stones. Look, this is actually the entrance to Petra itself. And this is the only entrance for guests. There's another entrance, but that's not for guests. That's for the people who live in the city, I think. And this is what it looks like. This is what you see before you actually get a close view of the treasury. And that's where we're going to. That's just a glimpse of the treasury. It looks pretty amazing. And that's the treasury. That's the first carving in the rock. I wonder how people were able to do this, to be honest. I do not understand how it was done, but it was done anyways. It's a beautiful sight, beautiful, It just leaves you wondering how. You never get the answer, but it just leaves you wondering. It was carved into the rock. We were not allowed to get into the treasury. It's closed for some reason. I think it's part of the ways they preserve their history. So they don't allow anyone getting there. And also, Indiana Jones, the movie Indiana Jones was acted here. So there is a lot of Indiana Jones pieces that you can get around. There are stores who sell like gift shop for Indiana Jones and whatever. And just by the left-hand corner of the treasury, there is a coffee shop, and by the side as well, they have some shops that sell materials, clothes, jewelry, and different Middle Eastern things that you might need. And these are camels waiting for their passengers. Oh God, such an amazing sight. Yeah, so
and this is where the niches are. This is a Greek style here, and this is a Christian design, where the boundaries of the mosaic. This is the 31 flowers by 31 days of a month. This is also a Greek style here. This is a Greek style here. This is a Greek one here. Most of the design here is a Greek one because it is the dominant influence here. And this is the treasury here.
These are some of the articles, or these are some of the materials that you sell. Plates, cups, jewelry, mugs, clothing, you name it, whatever you can find. So yeah, these are tombs where they buried dead people. But I mean, there's no dead person there right now because it's just a historical place, an archaeological place. But yeah, they used to bury dead people here. And some of the, openings there were actually houses where people lived back then. It looks very nice. I'm actually on top of one layer of the rock. And I was still climbing. By the way, if you're coming here, you must wear comfortable shoes. If you do not wear comfortable shoes, you won't be able to make it because you're walking all the way. So yeah, moving on to my next spot. I climbed one layer up the rock again just to get a better view of the area I was. Everyone looks very tiny. That's the theater. It's one of the Roman inspired theater, I think. And that's my view from the top of the rock where I climbed. It was amazing. It's amazing. I can't it's beautiful. And these rocks, the reason why these rocks are so carvable, they call them sand rocks. They are easy to carve into. That's why
the yellow comes from sulfur, the brown comes from magnesium, and the green comes from copper. And therefore, the city of Petra is called by the rose red city because iron oxide is the most dominant mineral in the rock.
Oh, nice! Look at the lovely patterns.
The little jar on the top, and therefore they call it by the jar tomb. And the upper story was done in the 1st century BC as a tomb to the important people, but by the year 447 the tomb it became into a church, and the lower story built up by the Christians as a bedrooms for the clergymen. But until now the local people do call this one by the court of justice because they do believe that the upper story was used as a court and the lower story as a prison, and therefore they call it by the court of justice. And even the arches were destroyed by the earthquake.
So here I'm on my way to the monastery, and to get to the monastery you have to climb about 2,000 plus steps up another rock. Nothing prepared me for this. I had 3 bottles of water on me and I finished all before I got to the top. My goodness, it was hard climbing. I think it's harder climbing stairs than coming down, because climbing up, it took me a while to get to the top. But then God kept me. The motivation was real. And yeah, that is the monastery. That's what it looks like. Amazing view, amazing lighting, you know. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. And really, I do not know how that man got to the top, but he did. And yeah, he's taking a selfie. Isn't that great? So I couldn't walk back, so I had to get a horse ride back to the gates. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye.